Hey, welcome back. Episode 3. Today's going to be exciting. We're going to talk about
Dating apps.
dating apps.
Yeah. I think that's something very much more prominent in the last couple of years.
And it's actually quite opposite to what we're doing
Yes.
because the title of our podcast is Slow, focusing on that which takes time to grow. But dating app is
Fast.
Fast.
It's swipe left if
Swipe-
you
swipe
don't like
left.
that person, right?
Is it swipe left? If you don't like.
Yeah.
Swipe right?
You are interested.
You're
for
interested.
the
Okay, all right.
conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not lying, but I really have not used it before.
Yeah. And I think from what I hear from a lot of my clients, the mindset that they carry when they get into a dating app is they have this certain criteria or list of personalities
Yeah,
or
yeah.
qualities that they're looking
For.
for,
Yeah,
right? Which
yeah.
is normal, right?
Yeah.
All of us have that expectations. And let's start with that first,
Yeah.
that list in our head.
I think let's start with the whole concept. The whole concept is it's going to be fast. Okay, I swipe, I look at it. Then if I swipe left means I'm not interested, right? If I swipe right means I'm interested. So you definitely you already have a preset idea, right? Why you swipe left and why you swipe right. You swipe when you swipe, there's already a preset idea. So what is that preset idea in your mind? Number one, it could be looks. Well, actually, no need to go very far. It's just looks.
Looks for women is height. I did a poll once on my
right.
IG story, and
Am I in a good height?
height was the thing. If someone was shorter than you,
Okay.
it's
up,
a
up.
swipe left.
So of course there are some details, right? Like hobbies, things that they like, but nobody knows whether those are true.
And profession as well.
And profession.
Yeah.
So very quickly, we have to determine from the picture and the onset of
Yeah.
what they see, if this person meets my criteria. Then we proceed to the next thing. It's very exciting. It's quick. It's fast. It is happening like immediately. But the essence of relationship is the slow discovery of beauty, not the fast-paced results of what meets the eye.
Yeah.
So and already there immediately there's a conflict. So just now you talk about the list. Okay. And let's see what could be some of the things that are in the list. What would be in the list? Height. Cannot change. No?
Income level based on profession.
Income level,
Probably.
profession. But those are the things that people write now, right? But when you meet that person, so say the 3 things that you want from me as your husband. Number 1, other than height, money, profession, other things.
Hardworking
Hardworking,
attitude,
hardworking attitude. Number 2,
honesty and openness,
openness and honesty. Okay,
fun.
fun. Okay, so say my 3 things on the list would be number 1, understanding.
Yeah.
Number 2, doing stuff together.
Okay. Companionship.
Companionship, partnership.
Okay.
Wow, I never thought of that. Yeah, partnership, companionship, partnership. Number 3, I don't know, someone that will do life with me, right?
You repeated yourself. What's the third one?
It's the same one. No. But what I'm trying to say, right, in that list, hardworking,
Honesty.
fun. It takes time for you to discover,
Exactly.
and it takes time for me to grow into that. Like, yeah, probably I'm hardworking sometimes not. Sometimes I'm honest, sometimes I'm not. But if I'm being judged right at the start, you're not honest. But I'm honest one in other things. Some things maybe it's a barrier for me. So if I have already been judged right at the start, there's no way we can continue,
Yeah.
right? For example, I like you to do things with me, but in the beginning you don't. You like to do your own thing. I like to do my own thing. But over time, as we share our marriage together, Then we realize, okay, there are certain things I can don't do so that I can do it with you. And there are certain things that you can don't do so much so that you can do it with me. But this didn't happen, right? Until much later in our marriage.
Yeah, and it took time to discover that. Just imagine, for me, I wanted a fun partner, right? So if I were to look for someone who's fun on the internet, probably in my mind there's a certain look and certain characteristic and charisma, certain job too, right? So maybe we both swipe right on each other. So when you finally meet me on the onset, I think I look like someone who's serious, right? I don't have this fun side of me at all when someone meets me for the first time. So if you were to judge me in that first meeting that we have, I will be someone very reserved and not fun at all. And if you have swiped right on me because you also wanted something fun, you would have been very disappointed and we would have not met and we would have just not continued on this friendship. So what I'm trying to say is a lot of these characteristics that are important to you, it takes time for you to discover in that person. And if you judge a person based on a profile and what they say about themselves, it's very hard to have a right gauge because how do you gauge funness? How do you gauge honesty and openness, right? Or playfulness
and maturity.
and maturity.
Right? Yeah.
And the type of people you tend to be drawn to might not be the type of people that's right for you. For example, you want a stable guy, right? That stable guy might be a boring guy, but he's going to be stable. He's going to be there
Can't he
for
be
you.
stable and fun?
He can, but right, that person that you might end up feeling the most secure with might be the most boring guy, but he's stable because he provides. He's just there listening to you. He's at home. He doesn't always go out and leave you alone at home. So it takes time, not just for you to discover the other person, but to discover about yourself. Like, what do you really need from a partner?
Yeah.
It's not just companionship. What kind of companionship? I would love someone when I come home, like he's there, having fun with me. We can do things together. And it's something that we discovered not in the beginning stages of our relationship because we were in that long distance relationship, but it's after we got married. The first few years were tough because we're just trying to figure out what we need and want from each other. And then we kind of had our breakthrough. And then it becomes easier. So by now it's 17 years. 18 years of marriage plus the 5-6 years of LDR. So 20 years for us to really be comfortable with each other. So with dating app, it is the same. I think it's to open up your mindset about how you want to find companion and not be so fixed in a certain mindset that, hey, he or she gotta be this, gotta be that.
So am I right to say what you're trying to say is you actually don't know yourself until much later?
Yes.
Right. And you know, with dating app, I think it's a tool. It's not it's amoral. It is nothing right or wrong. It's what you do with it. If it's really for friendship. And if you hear what we have been talking to you the whole day, and I swipe right, I think this guy quite okay. Journey into that process and trust that process of getting to know yourself better and getting to know your partner better. I think it's a good place. I guess with dating app, when people just want to have fun quick, have one meal and use that one meal to make all the decisions that is supposed to be for the rest of your life, I think you're putting too much pressure on yourself. You have to perform, he has to perform, or I have to be at my best, you have to be your best. And we all know we don't want to be judged on our bad day. We don't want to be concluded for one mistake or one wrong thing that we have done or said. So I want to see the good out of dating app by us knowing how to handle after the meetup. If it really doesn't work, it really doesn't work. But even if it doesn't work, if it's a friendship, for example, that you're looking for, it's quite healthy rather than maybe zero in into the app and I'm here to look for a husband or I'm here to look for a wife. Maybe it should be I'm here to really just try to meet somebody.
I remember a story. There was a couple that you counseled, right? So the girl was a high achiever, and so she went out on this first date with the guy. She got so disappointed because in that whole date, he didn't speak a single word, right? He just ate his food and smiled and looked at her, a yes, no answer. And she came to us complaining about how dreadful this first date was, and she wants to give up and she's not gonna see that guy again.
Yeah.
And you kind of encourage her to give it a try,
Yeah.
to get to know each other
Yeah.
for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
And what came out of that is they are happily married with a kid right now. Two kids. And it's a journey that she was willing to embark on.
Yeah.
And it's an unknown for her,
True.
right? She will never know how much of a security and stability that she could get from this guy because the first meetup was so boring to her.
Yeah, because she likes to talk and he loves to listen to her. But I guess she thought it was quite boring because there was no spark. But can you imagine if she likes to talk and he likes to talk even more?
Yeah.
She will have no more chance to talk. Then she will come back to me and say, wow, that guy was tough. Like he was like trying to talk to me about himself the whole night. I guess sometimes we just have to, it's okay. Don't make up your mind. Don't decide after the first date or the first meeting up or whatever.
And the best way to get to know each other is by creating experiences together that you can do together. Sometimes it's not just that dinner date where you spend the whole 2 hours talking, because to some individuals, talking might not be the best way to bring out who they really are.
Yeah, true.
And sometimes people are doers, right? So when you're doing something, that helps you understand in essence who they are. And it helps you get to know them and fall in love eventually.
True. So, yeah.
Don't give up on
Don't give
dating
up.
apps.
And don't abuse it.
Don't abuse it.
I guess once we have a correct understanding of how this is, because otherwise, that is no longer a relationship or a relationship that is relational. It is a performing relationship. I have to perform. I have to do well. And we, okay, I mean, that's the first date, right? But even after you're married, it cannot be a competition of performance. I cannot, oh, I'm a way better provider. Oh, I'm a way better lover. Oh, I'm a way better chef at home. No, I'm a way better cleaner. No. You're not married to do things together and to outdo each other. You're married so that you can relate to one another, be a friend to each other, encourage each other, hold each other's hand and do things together. I think once we understand that, or rewire our brain about what relationship ought to be, I think you'll begin to enjoy that journey a lot more.
And a little tip for you guys who are exploring dating app is how do you build meaningful conversation is to find out more about each other's background, family background, because through family background, you can actually discover a lot about a person, how they are wired, what they think, why do they believe in certain things. It stems from their family background. So if you get stuck in figuring out what to talk about, try figuring out how were they when they were growing up, what happened to them, what experiences that changed them, that influenced them, that inspired them.
Yep. Sounds like a good tip already.
We hope this episode will help propel you into a successful relationship life.
Yep.
And know that it takes time.
Yeah.
So take it slowly because relationship takes time to build.
Yep. Remember, this podcast is about slow focusing on that which takes time to grow. If you have any question at all, feel free to comment. And if there's anything you want to ask us, we will make sure we answer all of them. And before we go, should you like, subscribe, and share with somebody this new podcast that you have discovered. See you again.